One quiet courtroom, one viral pizza slice, and a billion-dollar empire suddenly hanging by a thread. Whatever Justin Bieber finally saw in those sealed rooms may help topple the most powerful mogul in modern music. Justin's 12-second security cam selfie looked harmless. A single bite of pepperoni, a sly grin, no caption. Yet fans instantly noticed the timing. He posted it the very hour Cassie Ventura took the stand to recount years of alleged abuse by Diddy Combs. Conspiracy boards exploded. Was Justin signaling that he'd kept receipts too? Skeptics pointed out the eerie surveillance angle, exactly the style insiders claim Diddy used to record guests for future leverage. What felt like late-night snacking now looked like the first deliberate crack in a decade of silence. Justin didn't pull that reference from thin air, because 15 years earlier he spent 48 hours inside the mogul's private world, and the memories never left. Back in 2009, the Canadian teen phenom was fresh off YouTube fame when Diddy whisked him away for what he called every 15-year-old's dream. Cameras rolled as the mogul instructed the kid to go get some girls, joking about their shared priorities. No legal guardian, no label rep, just a superstar in training handed the keys to adult excess. Years later, Bieber would hint that the weekend wasn't all harmless swagger lessons. He'd been shown things a kid shouldn't see, he told a friend, long before the public chalked his meltdowns up to diva antics. That two-day crash course was the first time Justin realized fame and consent don't always share the same room, an insight that would haunt him through the tabloid years. Transition, turns out. Justin wasn't the first prodigy folded into the mogul's orbit. Another teenage powerhouse had already walked that corridor and quietly fled. Usher Raymond was just 13 when Diddy became his legal guardian, promising to mold him into a star. In interviews years later, Usher described very curious things at Puffy's late-night flavor camps, confessing they were way too grown for a kid far from home. Fast forward to September 2024. As FBI agents raided Diddy's Los Angeles compound, observers noticed Usher's entire X timeline. Thousands of posts blinked out. He laughed it off as a hack. But the wipe coincided perfectly with rumors that federal subpoenas were circling early witnesses. His silence since then has been deafening. The one-time child protege seems determined not to be caught holding any digital time bombs. If Usher was deleting footprints, a different document was busy adding names, hidden in the fine print of a stunning lawsuit. In December 2024, former producer Rodney Lil Rod Jones sued Diddy for a gauntlet of abuses. Buried in a footnote, Jones alleged the mogul bragged about intimate encounters with a Philadelphia rapper and a 90s R&B superstar. Fans needed only seconds to decode the clues: Meek Mill and Usher. Suddenly, two men with parallel teenage stories were dragged back into the spotlight, without ever being formally accused of wrongdoing. Blogs churned, group chats buzzed, and a single annotation ignited a wildfire stronger than any headline. One of those names decided to swing back hard, putting real money on the table to smoke out the rumor mill. Meek didn't mince words. Logging into X, he blasted the cap and offered $100,000 to any investigative team that could trace who first linked him to Diddy's alleged after-hours agenda. His feed, a mix of swagger and family photos, turned into a live courtroom as followers dissected every line. Detractors said the overkill denial only fanned suspicion. Supporters argued vulnerability and hip-hop invites instant mockery, so scorched earth was the safest play. Either way, the bounty kept Diddy's name pinned to Meek's for another news cycle, leaving both men's reputations to twist in the algorithmic wind. While Meek battled ghosts online, veteran artists who'd actually attended the infamous freak-offs began describing why they always left before sunrise. Hip-hop legend Uncle Luke recalls being flown to New York for a party, only to ghost exit at 7 a.m. when the vibe tilted from glamorous to something else entirely. "I know my place," he laughed on a 2024 podcast. Code for, "I'm not sticking around to find out what happens when the cameras disappear." Fabulous confessed to pulling the same stunt, slipping out a side door while Diddy still roared for another round. Even Khloe Kardashian once remarked on a celebration where half the room was butt naked, rattling off a guest list that included the mogul himself. The stories differ on details but echo the same refrain: stay too late, and you might wake up inside somebody else's leverage file. But late-night whispers are only one pressure point. When billion-dollar liquor conglomerates cut ties, the stakes rocket from salacious to existential. June 2023 saw Diageo, the spirits titan behind Ciroc and DeLeon, sever its lucrative partnership with Diddy after months of vicious litigation. Court filings revealed a jaw-dropping footnote. The mogul had invested just $1,000 in cash while pocketing profits that neared the billion mark. Industry insiders murmured that the unraveling wasn't merely about tequila margins. Some speculated Diageo sensed legal landmines and wanted distance before subpoenas flew. Whatever the motive, the exit signaled a sudden chill. Corporate boardrooms that once banked on the bad boy mystique were now fleeing the blast radius. If financiers were jumping ship, the people who lived those late nights were also ready to unload, and Bieber's next move suggested he might be first. Sources close to the singer say Justin reached emotional critical mass after watching early testimony in May 2025. He'd once laughed off Diddy tales as industry folklore, but hearing Cassie describe alleged blackmail tapes hit too close. He'd seen a similar camera setup years ago. Friends claim he's compiling a private journal detailing what he witnessed at those teenage gatherings. The power imbalance, the random camera flashes, the quiet threats disguised as jokes. The same insiders note his mental health spiral in 2014, the arrests, the wrecked Ferrari, coincided with a frantic push to distance himself from certain mentors. Now 31 and newly married, Bieber is reportedly considering a sealed deposition if federal prosecutors call. The pizza clip, they suggest, was both a warning and a dare. "I'm not afraid to speak." And if Justin steps onto the witness list, the dominoes may fall faster than anyone in the industry can scramble for cover. So here's where the curtain hangs. A mogul on trial, a generation of prodigies nursing secrets, and a single slice of pizza looming like a silent subpoena. Whether Bieber testifies or Usher finally breaks his silence, every new revelation widens the crack in a facade once considered bulletproof. The lesson? In an era where phones never stop recording, even the king of parties can't outrun the footage forever. Stick around, because the next drop might not just rewrite pop history, it could reshape the balance of power in the entire music business.